Hey, Third Eye Doll Astrology and Tarot fans, it's Lauren Mercury again, back at it with another pick a card reading. And this time, this one's really special because we're going to talk about Mercury Retrograde. Don't mind my electrical equipment in the back. It just keeps the party going. All right. So Mercury Retrograde will be in the sign of Cancer starting June 18th. So what? That's like 7 days from now. It's a week from now. Get excited. It's going to be in the sign of Cancer. So that means Cancers, get ready, buckle up, get set. You know, if your Mercury is in Cancer, or if your Venus is in Cancer, if your Ascendant's in Cancer, if your Sun sign's in Cancer, you know, get ready because it's going to be a wild ride. But really, we experience Mercury retrograde 3 times a year. And we survive every time. Mercury retrograde, for those of you who don't know, and if you don't know, you've been living underneath a rock, it's the most popular retrograde in pop culture. Even if you don't really believe in astrology, you might find yourself saying, hey, you know, it must be Mercury retrograde since, you know, my copier's acting up, or whatever it is. But, yeah, so one of the biggest things that happened during the retrograde is that your exes love to come out of the woodwork. I don't know about you, but mine do. I don't know why they can't just stay there in hell where they belong, but, you know, Mercury retrograde or any retrograde calls us to take care of or revisit things that are need to be addressed or undone. And to be honest with you, it's like, I don't know. It's like, it's to me, it's like the universe's way of saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to see if you are prepared to move forward by seeing if you're going to be easily led astray by what you left. Does that make sense? So that's how I see it. But also those who are having Mercurial like me, Lauren Mercury, because my ascendant and my 10th house is ruled by Mercury, it's always a wild ride. Okay, but you know what? Thus is life. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it very easy on myself, and I'm going to separate these pick cards by element. So it's going to be your fire signs first, because I'm an Aries. I have to put us first. It's just my nature. So Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. Then next is going to be the earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Then after that's going to be water. It's going to be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and last but not least, it's going to be your air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Let me see if I remember that. Let me write that down, okay? You got fire, earth, and water and air, right? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do its classic Tyler's Tarot spread. So it's going to be you. It's going to be the person approaching you from your past. And it's going to be the outcome. For some of you, it's not going to be the person from a past, but it's going to be someone approaching you who is significant. Why is that? You know, again, Mercury likes to send these people. I think it's like a test. Even though it's not like a Saturn energy where Saturn tests you, I feel like, you know, it tests your resilience in a way. It tests how you deal with things in order to prepare you for things that are coming up for you. Is the way that I see it, you know? So there's going to be new people sometimes that approach you that they seem too good to be true. And what ends up happening is that when Mercury goes direct, either you change your mind about them or they change their mind about you, and you no longer are interested. So so it could be a past energy or energy that's approaching you, but either way, it's going to be you know, who's approaching you during Mercury retrograde, okay? And then the outcome of that connection. So fire signs, you're up first. On your mark, get set. We love to race, right? So I had to put that in there. We love energy. We're very high energy. So anyway, fire signs. Who's approaching you or us during Mercury retrograde? First card's going to be the viewer, you, the fire sign. The second card's going to be the person approaching you. And the third card is going to be the outcome. All right, let's go. Ten of Swords. Oof. So you might be marinating on a loss that you already had. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if someone approaching you is an ex. It could be two people. It could be someone new, someone from the past. But you're feeling like really low, like someone stabbed you in the back, right? Literally stabbed you in the back. But it's not literal, it's metaphorical. But you get what I'm saying. So your energy is like you are just down in the dumps. I'm hoping for some of you or all of you that you're not in a vulnerable position to where if someone comes at you like slyly, that you're not going to like be vulnerable to making that connection beyond the highs and buys. But let's see what else is coming up for you. Who's going to approach you? Ten of Wands. Ooh. So obviously what I'm seeing here is that you are trying to finish something, because this energy is a 10 energy. It's a finishing a cycle. So there's just some burdensome energy. Oh gosh, and I feel for us because it's like we've been through it apparently. Let's see what's going to go on the outcome. Let me tell you something, fire signs. Who could be approaching you is like either an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, another fire sign, a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, or a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. But more importantly, whoever is approaching you, leave them the hell alone, okay? If you see somebody saying, hey girl, hey guy, what's up, you're so cute, let me holler at you, leave them alone. Throw a rock at them, wave a stick at them, and tell them to shoo. Go back in your car and leave, because whatever's going on, you're going through a lot of healing, okay? And it calls upon a reliance of your friends and family, but a significant other from your past or a new person is not in your best interest at this time during the retrograde. So from June 18th, please just focus on yourself. Lean on people who understand you. But there might be somebody from your past who left you and in the dust, having you feeling abandoned. They're not coming back they're not coming back for closure on your part. They're coming back to see if you're still, you know, going to stroke their ego. All right. If that's not the energy, it's just, listen, you don't have to be a tarot reader to know that these cards are not good energy to really entertain any, okay? Leave that person alone. If you're alone now during Mercury Retrograde, stay alone. Don't accept new numbers, nothing like that. And I hate to be so harsh, but listen, I'm saving you a lot of heartache and pain, okay? Heartache and pain. You don't need any more of that. You need healing, all right? So that's for my fire signs. And don't feel too bad. I'm a fire sign, so I'm taking my own advice here. So next up are earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, okay? Let's see what's coming up for the earth signs in love during Mercury Retrograde. Who's going to approach them? Who's going to approach earth signs during Mercury Retrograde? Justice. So you've been healing yourself. You've been trying to get things back together. You could have had a breakup, but you used the time constructively. Of course, you're an earth sign, to really get your stuff together. Whatever area that you were lacking, you were like, all right, let's get my health together. Let's get my finances together. Let's get my career together, my ambitions. Whatever it is, you're getting it together, okay? And you're using this time wisely to re-edit. These are my people. These are this is my suit, my element that gets things taken care of before the retrograde hits, right? You guys are the ones who are changing your tires, making sure your oil is in your car. Mercury rolls over cars. Transportation. You guys are the ones who are careful about planning stuff. You guys are more careful about putting your seatbelt on in the car. You guys are more careful about reviewing documents before you sign them. So you guys usually like to do the right thing. Justice is also a karma card, so you might be having this energy where there is somebody coming back, but we'll see what they're about. Death. Ooh. So if you're waiting for somebody to come back, just know that they're brand new. They're probably not even in the energy of coming back at all. Whatever happened in the past, they are no longer trying to revisit. They're not looking back. They have changed themselves. They're completely over what happened between you and them in the past, okay? It might be a situation where you did the right thing, right? Like you did everything right and it wasn't your fault. But the death card is telling me that they're probably not even going to approach you. Outcome, temperance. See, it's definitely telling me that the chapter, whatever chapter in the past is over. For whoever needs to hear it, like, there's no more pain, there's no more hurt, there's no more anything like that. If that's what you went through in the past, the angels of divinity are coming to you in your aid to help to heal things, okay? So you're taking this time, remember Mercury Retrograde, to heal yourself and really practice self-care and take care of your mind, body, and spirit. You guys are very grounded, very earthy. You guys approach life in a practical way. You guys, generally speaking, you know, I don't see your chart in front of me, but if I'm only doing sun signs, but, you know, earth energy is likely to be ones who take care of themselves, you know. Taurus likes to go to the salon, go to the massage parlor, shop, eat well. You know, you guys know how to take care of yourselves. Virgo is always looking to see where. Virgos are like, well, what did I do wrong? Where was I in the wrong? How can I correct myself? You guys look very much inward. So you guys, you know, you guys really see where, you know, okay, what in my past relationships, I played this role and didn't work out for me. Let me change. You guys are forever edifying. You guys are forever editing, forever tying up your loose ends and really improving yourselves. Virgos are all about self-improvement. And Virgos are going to be hit during Mercury retrograde because they are Virgos. They're ruled by Mercury. So during this time, you guys are always like, I'd say in the front lines of having all that BS thrown on you. And I am so sorry, but that's just, I'm a Virgo ascendant. So keep in mind, I definitely understand. But you're healing during this time. So that's awesome to see. Okay. So that's my earth signs. If anybody approaches you, again, the same story. Like, don't even entertain it. Someone from your past is trying to approach you, just send them the voicemail, block them, change your number, change your name, fake your death, move to Mars. I don't care what you do. I'm just kidding. But, you know, that death card is always telling me that the past is in the past. It's not coming back. It's not for you anymore. Okay? But with the Justice card and Temperance, I don't think you guys are really going to have too much worry about that. I think that, you know, when there's an ending for you, you guys know when to just accept it and move on better than the rest of us. Capricorn, I can't forget you guys. Again, you guys really move towards ambition and doing the right thing. You guys are the ones who like, okay, well, what's the standard? What's the rule of thumb here? You know, how can I be better? How can I throw myself into doing better next time? You know, you guys don't really wallow in self-pity. It's like you're like, okay, you reach towards your goals and your ambitions for the next time, right? So I'm not really worried about you guys. Let's take a look at water signs during Mercury retrograde. Let's see. Mercury retrograde. Death card is you again. So I think that you guys are going through it, and I kind of already knew it, just because I don't mean to stereotype you guys, but water signs, you guys are all about feelings. And for you, relationships are really a place where you're very vulnerable. I mean, all of us need to be vulnerable in the relationships, but you guys, when something ends, especially for a Scorpio, it's like it takes a piece of you. It's like it takes a piece of your soul. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but you guys are really going through it with an ending of a chapter in your life that was very difficult. So let's see what the person approaching you. Person approaching you is Two of Cups. So it's like someone wanting to make a real commitment with you. Okay, surprisingly so. Maybe this is you and you're able to end the chapter with somebody, but I feel like it's like maybe you should end the chapter with the person who's approaching you. Maybe it's just telling me that you're currently in a relationship and it might come to an end, but let's look at the outcome before we get anything. Yeah, Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is telling me that, let me see, justice is a karmic relationship. All right, so it's a karmic relationship. Some of you are going to be ending a relationship that needed to end. Saturn came around and said, you know what, justice is a Saturn energy because it's karmic. Saturn came around and said, justice came around and said, you guys are, it's time for you to be alone. It's time for the relationship to end. During Mercury retrograde, a lot of relationships end because they needed to end, or there was too much, the relationship wasn't based on anything real, but most importantly, there wasn't enough communication, or we weren't communicating in a healthy way. All right, and for some people, even though you communicate in a healthy way with your partner, it does not mean that they want to communicate in a healthy way with you. But let me go ahead and look at this more, because I got justice came out. Let's see what the outcome is for this, because for some of you, you're going to be ending a relationship and it's necessary. It's a justified ending, because justice is a justified ending. Okay? For others of you, some people from your past is going to come back and make things right. Now, don't take it if it's not for you. Not everyone that views this reading is going to have a relationship that is, or have someone from their past, you know, come back and apologize. But for some people, they're going to go ahead and close that chapter with you. For some people, they're going to want closure. For other people, you're going to be closing a chapter after Mercury goes direct. You might end up being by yourself, okay? Let's pick out one more card, Spirit, for the outcome of this energy. The Star, healing, okay? Whatever happens when Mercury goes retrograde and when it goes direct at the end, please trust the process and trust that Spirit's putting you on a path that you would not have been put on if you hadn't have let go of that energy. Sometimes Spirit comes and really puts the justifying, like, they really try and balance the universe, balance things karmically, because, you know, you think that you're going to have a good partner, or this partner's good for you, but Spirit's saying that they want better for you and that you need to heal by yourself. Find your self-esteem back, find your healing before, you know, you can be with someone who you're supposed to be with. All right, so if you're coming to this reading and you go through Mercury retrograde and your ex comes back, just know that, you know, it's probably, I mean, you know, just be open-minded. Like, have your boundaries. If you have to talk to your ex and it's not a healthy thing, just go gray rock. I mean, it's not easy, but look up gray rock if you don't know anything about it. But gray rock, if you have a troubling ex, a manipulative ex, or someone who is just very unhealthy for you, and for whatever reason you might share kids with them, for whatever reason you have to deal with them, maybe they're at your job, gray rock is this situation or this concept where it's like you just don't have any emotion to it. And it's not easy. But if you're in a position where someone's provoking you to react, you gotta have a straight poker face, because that will drive them absolutely mad. I've used it myself before, because people like that want a reaction, whether it's because they want other people to say, hey, you know, she was crazy or he was crazy when the relationship, everyone's seeing it now so that they can be off the hook, or it's because they just love manipulating people, getting a reaction out of them, right? So going gray rock means that whatever happens, you're going to just be, you know, hey, hi, how you doing? Okay, great, you know, have a good evening. You're not even going to invest in the conversation. That's for some of you. For others of you, you might end up being single at the end, and for some people that's necessary. Okay, don't well, I won't say don't be hurt. You will be hurt, but in reality, it's like, if you are, there's healing on the other side, and Spirit wants to tell you that they have something better for you. Okay, so last but not least, we have our air signs: Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Let's see what's going on in love during Mercury retrograde for my Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini people. Let's see who's coming towards you guys. Nine of Cups. So you're feeling very good about yourself. You might have a pretty good retrograde, or this might be you. It's like, okay, well, I'm all right in the beginning of the retrograde. Let's see what else happens, right? Nine of Swords. So whoever's coming towards you is probably somebody from your past, and it's probably somebody that you left. You're like, you know what? I'm so glad I got rid of him or her. And they're like, oh my gosh, I want them back. They want you back. You have them sprung, like they're at their house, they're losing sleep over you. And I don't mean that to like gas you up. I don't mean that to in any type of way that's like, look. I mean, this is you. This is the spread. This is you feeling content about your life. This is them. They're probably online looking at you, looking that you're having the best, you're living your best life, and they probably are feeling pretty shitty about that. And then the outcome is the Queen of Wands energy. It's the Queen of Wands energy where it's just this like, it's like you're feeling very confident about yourself. You're feeling very confident about yourself. You're feeling like you can get anybody that you want. And you could be dealing with the Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or another Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. But let's see the outcome. What's more about the outcome for my air signs? Six of Wands, success. I mean, you guys are going to, I feel like if your partner comes back from the past, I feel like this was you. Like you were worried about the ending, had some regrets about the ending, but they're gonna come back and they're gonna be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry that I did this to you. And you're gonna be feeling satisfied and your ego's gonna be stroked. So this is gonna be you at the end standing very tall and very, well, you're gonna be, your ego's gonna be stroked, right? You're gonna feel very good about yourself, and you're going to pick yourself back up again and really feel satisfied about your life. You're gonna get a message because, I mean, Nine of Swords is a air card where communication is there. It's not really an approaching energy, but I feel like in some way, they're gonna come back and they're gonna say, you know what, I messed up, please take me back. And you're gonna be like, nah, I'm good, shawty. Like, I'm not entertaining this BS. You already moved on, right? You moved on. Six of Swords is like, you moved on. I'm in better waters. I'm okay. I'm successful now. I'm feeling confident about myself again, right? So that's what I'm seeing for you guys. It's pretty straightforward. It's nothing like really, but I feel like another something that has me Spirit's telling me that you might get this message that not from them, but from somebody else. You might hear in the grapevine that they're doing like really bad without you. Yeah, you might hear from the grapevine, if not from them, right? You also might they might mistakenly like a picture in your Instagram from like weeks or years ago. Is that kind of energy, because this person is really torturing themselves with the thoughts of what happened in the past. But something's gonna, I think you're gonna know about it. Either they're gonna tell you, or you find out somehow, some way that they're not doing well without you. So with that being said, there's the element read for Mercury retrograde. If you'd like to know in what areas of your life personally that this is affecting, I welcome you to book a reading so that we can find out more about what area of your life is going to needs revisiting. Okay. All right. So have a great day, and I will see you next time.